Hey guys, and welcome to the final dungeon in Let's Play Xenosaga Episode 2. Now, just because this is the final dungeon does not mean this game is very close to over. By no means. For whatever reason, they thought it was a good idea to give us a very short game and then gave us four super bosses, 3 extra dungeons, and lots of stuff to do. There's some new guys in here. Let's take a look. Many of the battles in here will start to become
Do you really
difficult.
think this is a good idea?
I wish I had Urda Kaiser. Yeah, so this battle is going to take some time. These are the knights that we fought in the last one. These are the new ones. These ones are, let's see, 150% weak to beam, 200% to thunder, 150 to slash, not weak to ether, unlike all the mechs, so still a Xion destructive force. Now, these guys, wonder how much damage I could do. Now, we do have these new things. Erde Storm we had before, and Erde Quake, and Erde Beam. Erde Beam we got recently as well as Quake. I don't think most of these really change much. These are both non-elemental. I'm going to see how much damage I can do with, say, a Thunder Sword. Just to show it off. I don't expect it to do any great damage, but we'll see. Let's go for Erde Quake. We'll hit everybody. At least we'll show this off. Semi-decent damage, but still basically useless, eh? Yeah, kind of what I thought. Okay, so this one. Basically, with this many enemies in the battle, I'm not really going to worry too much about... Let's see, did they do enough? Yes. I'm not going to worry too much about when I'm killing these guys. I'm not going to try and get skill bonus slots because that's just going to take too long. But just kind of make sure you stay alive. Especially in our swimsuits, we're taking a little more damage than we otherwise would. So let's boost you. And we'll go for these ones. These ones have a break zone of, let me see, BC. I was hoping to get down effect on that, but let's see. Should be enough here. There we go.
What am I doing?
What are you doing? I said that in the last episode. I don't know why they say that. It's just kind of weird. Again, I'm going to be giving Xion stocks because that's a more effective way of getting her lots of damage. Yeah, I can boost you. And then I can boost you. I love combo boost. It just makes this game tolerable. The battle system really could use this by default. Probably would have been enough. Probably didn't need the third attack, but oh well.
What am I doing?
Okay, so you need to stock. And you don't have anywhere near enough to take that down, so let's stock you as well. This is how long this battle's going to take with... Oh, right. I probably shouldn't have done that.
Charging.
That was foolish. Because Ziggy can't hit you now. Oh well. You will stock. I should have boosted somebody else. Actually, I should have boosted... No, it wouldn't have worked. I was like, wait. Sometimes you can wait for them to fall and then boost after that, but it's hard to get that timing right. So let's boost you next. And we'll hit you up into the air. And then you'll fall down. And then Xion will finish you.
This is it.
What am I doing?
And then Ziggy might have enough damage to take this guy out. If not, I'll boost Xion to finish the job. Not that she's strong against them, but strong enough.
What am I doing?
Come on, let's go.
You gotta stop saying that so often. A lot of the enemies in here say things all the time. Yeah, that battle took 4 minutes with how powered my characters are, and I got additional stock at the start. You can imagine how long these battles are going to take without. There's two things to do here. One, avoid very large enemies. Two, talk to this guy, which opens this door. I guess blue means open. And then we throw on fast forward to run across the very large area. We will fight this guy off screen. After that somewhat long battle against only 3 of them, we get secret key 24. This one, I think this one fills out A? Yeah, this one gives us curse. Enemy takes as much damage as it causes. Not particularly useful, at least not to me. Enemies don't tend to do enough damage to really make this worthwhile. All bosses are at least 50% immune to it by the time you can get it, though they actually start listing its percentages in the guide like way back to like the start of the game, so they must go back and retest out enemies for writing that guide. But yeah, let's turn on fast forward here. We got a long trek back here. But yeah, for a skill that you get so late in the game, you get it really early in the other 2 games, or at least early enough that it's of use. So I'm not really a fan of it myself. So let's pop out this door here. Now, I do like this theme. I just don't like it enough to, or I've heard it enough that I don't care to not do fast forward in long walking segments where I'm not actually accomplishing anything like that. Alright, now here's the second part of this dungeon where we kind of realize something's amiss. Obviously we can do something with these, but not in our mechs. So again, when we come back through the Encephalon as our characters, we'll be able to do something. Same guys we've already fought before, nothing interesting to show in that battle. Do like the ES battles more, that only took a minute versus like 4 for the other ones, character battles there. As you can see, there's another one of those breakable things up there. Can't do much with that until, again, we come back here in the Encephalon. Here we do have a new enemy. Which one is this? Oh, right. This one is basically identical to the one we've already seen, and you just... I don't like these guys. You can use H-type status effects on you right from the get-go. They don't just use type L. So it's basically the same as the normal Anatherma, or whatever it is. The only... Oh, it's boost lock. Not like that matters, but... Yeah, the only real difference is that it can use the H status effect, I guess, which either wore off or... Yeah, somehow it wore off. I don't know how that worked, but... Oh well. Maybe I have charge clean on. That's probably what it was. Yeah, that's what it is. Alright, so... And you... They die the same way as the normal ones do. And you're casting more statuses on me that are annoying. And you, I can finally hit from the back, which should end your night. Thank you. If not, square attacks. It's the best way to deal with every mech in the game, in this entire area, save for the one I just hit. Actually, can actually take a little more damage from Dina's triangle attack. Well, these guys are the same. Nothing interesting to report about that battle. There are some enemies in here that have a useful drop, but we have not found one of those yet. So let's get off our ESs here. Do note that the ESs there are kind of standing on something that looks exactly like the thing I'm standing on. Looks like an elevator. That'll be important upcoming. It's a rather interesting mechanic that you don't see too often in, well, many games as far as I'm aware. If you go and talk to this thing, it'll say the Ames elevator, which we just left our Ames on, does not have sufficient power, blah, blah, blah. We got to go activate it at the lower levels. What I'm going to do is we actually need to go down all these stairs to the bottom and then come all the way back up to the top, then go all the way back down. So I'm going to only show it the third time because there's a different mechanic to it. So basically just run all the way down the stairs and go through the door, and I will meet you down there. Alright, so we made it to the bottom of the stairs, and here we have a save point, which is a free heal, which I will take, and another elevator. There's a lot of elevators in this area. I don't know how many off the top of my head, but a lot, that's for sure. And that will bring us down here to a big empty room. I wonder what we could possibly do in a big, empty room. It's a boss fight. Just so you know, it's a boss fight. And you need to come all the way down here and turn this guy on, which, back to the thing that we just played with that didn't have power, we can now use. So now I'm going to backtrack all the way to the top, and there's a different mechanic up there that we have to do, and I will show you how to do that along the way. Okay, we're back. Now, once we've activated that, we can start the elevator, which literally starts the elevator. Our mechs will slowly descend. However, there are little braking points that will stop the elevator and turn it around. So we need to run down this way, and we need to activate these. Now, you can't just press the button and then run to the next one, because chances are it will be too soon. So wait. And about there is good. And then run down here. This one, is the timing has to be pretty good. So you have to do good timing on the first one so that you can make this one, because you'll be a lot closer on this one than you were on the first one. So basically just run down here, get to the end, spam the button, there we go. And you basically open the locks, allowing it to get down. Do note that in behind the mechs, there is a red door and a platform there. We can't get there till later, so don't worry about it. Again, Cephalon dive later. So once it gets all the way down there, we go down the elevator over here for the characters, and we will meet up with it. But first, I need to check out all my equipment and make sure I am prepared. Okay, now I made a couple of changes here, which will be pretty much my generic setup for most mech fights going forward until I learn something new. We want to have status resist 20, combo boost, revenge power, and crit, because there really isn't all that much else that we can possibly give. Want that for KOS-MOS and for Momo, since those are the two mechs I'll be using in the upcoming boss fight. With that said, we will head down here, get in our mechs, and again, I will have to go and set up my mechs. It's kind of annoying that you have to set up your characters in character form and then set up your mechs in mech form. But once you get on your mech here, make sure you don't move forward. Just go into the menu. Okay, we're back. So your setup really isn't super important as far as what you have equipped. It's more dependent on what you have available to you. The party I've gone for is KOS-MOS with Jin, and more importantly, Momo with Ziggy, which is a combination I almost never use because no mech seems to be weak to fire, except this one. So we're going to use them mainly for their abilities. As you can see, I have on their their E Max 300 or E 300 Max or whatever the hell they're called. We're going to go for the slash aura attack here because that's decent. And more importantly, we're going to go for the ether, the fire ether. Unfortunately, he's weak to physical, but this does half the damage that this does. And this can go on an ether up slot, and it'll do even more damage. This is incredible in this fight. Let's see here. As far as... No, I'm not using you. As far as my setup, anti-beam armors, Emax, Tune Circuit, other things you could use that would be useful. I don't ever use Charge Boost. Charge Clean could be useful. Treasure Cover is always good. Power Shield can be useful. If you stole from the, whatever that enemy was back in the Submerged City, you can have an item that reduces or increases your resistance to all negative status effects by 25%. That's always useful. Quick Charge is not useful in this one. Neither is Status Double, because this battle will really not last long enough to warrant it. Anyway, when you are prepared, make sure you save point back there. Head forward. No big storyline here, just some random Gnosis boss, I think. Is it a Gnosis or is it a machine? I don't even know. It doesn't matter, it dies too fast. It is a machine, technically, even though it kind of looks like a Gnosis. There are some interesting mechanics to this fight. It will analyze your abilities, and what it's doing is it'll lock on something and then counter boost if and there are 3 options here. It'll either choose your HP, in which case if you have the same HP or higher, it'll counter boost pretty much every time you attack it, or it'll look at your EC, and anytime you have that much or lower, it'll attack you, or it'll look at your boost gauge, and then it'll counter boost you every time you have that same amount of boost exactly. So that one can be useful unless it happens to go on 3 when it does it, which it probably will at this point. The best one you can hope for is the HP one, because as soon as he hits you, just don't heal, and you'll never have to worry about being counter boosted, but it doesn't really seem to work. This guy counter boosts a lot. If you have any of the... Yeah, so it's working on my boost counter gauge now. So whenever my boost is at that much. So what I should do is I should boost somebody just so I don't have to worry about that. And yes, we want to stock you one more time. We want to stock you one more time. And stock you one more time again. That's probably as good as a spot as any for that to land. Meteor Blast. And we watched a very small looking meteor annihilate him. That's about 1/3 of his HP. And he didn't counter boost because I lowered my boost count. So I didn't have to worry about that. Oh, by the way, I should probably go over what he's weak to. He absorbs beam, thunder, and ice, and takes reduced damage from pierce, slash, and hit. He's weak to physical, 125% weak to aura, 225 to fire. Hence why I'm using what I'm using. Iron Blade is aura and slash. It's not nearly as good. I can't move, can I? No, I cannot. Okay. But it's something for the Dina to do. And it's a useful ability in general in this area. There's a couple other times where it could be useful. And then we're pretty much just going to stock up and do it all over again. Yeah, it's not all that interesting, but that's pretty much the best strategy I could give you for this fight. Because we've already dropped them by almost half. And yeah, we might as well drop another one. You also notice there we have Arid, which is again a shot back at Arids from, or Arods, or however you want to pronounce that, from Xenogears. It was also, I believe, in Xenosaga episode 1. Are you boosting? I like evasion. Oh, by the way, one of the other skills that goes through into your mech form that is a very, very welcome thing is Inner Peace, the one we got in the last episode. And that one, of course, is the one where your evade is doubled while you're stalking until your next turn. So, yeah, that's very, 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 very valuable to have, especially in boss fights, so you take a lot less damage. In fact, in a character battle, I spent... I stalked everybody up to 3 in a normal battle, and I didn't get hit once. I evaded every single one of them. And it's actually happening again right here a little bit. So let's just unload Meteor Blast one more time. And then we should probably just have to normally hit it to finish it off. Shouldn't have much HP left. There we go. It takes reduced, it absorbs beams, so don't use that. Use your square attacks. Really? You guarded it? Yeah. Piercing attack. More damage. Slightly. Ah, well. It is what it is. Not really all that difficult. Takes a little while, but we get some good experience. Zebulon will continue to be a stable in most of the boss fights that we do, and there's no point in stealing. There are no additional items. You automatically get the auto recover. It's 100% drop, no additional drops, so don't worry about that at all. And that's pretty much it. And this door, I guess, is automatically unlocked. I don't believe there are any items in there. No, there are not. Here, for whatever reason, the movement rate is super slow, so I'm just turning on fast forward in here. This is kind of a puzzle, but not really a puzzle. You just need to blow up all these things, but you can only blow them up if you're facing the green part, not the gray, brown rock part, whatever it is. And so basically, you just run around blowing them up. It takes some time. You have to do it in obviously the right order to get all the not only the items, but just to proceed. Make sure that as you go by each of them, that you do them. That item is useless. Don't care about that. But yeah, I'm just gonna leave fast forward on because it's the movement speed in this area is way too slow. It's kind of stupid. There we go. Nope. I'm going the wrong way. Doing things out of order. There we go. There's that one. Yeah, it's kind of tedious. I don't know why they thought that super slow movement rate was a good idea in this area, but it's what they did. Blow up this guy. Nanosphere. Blow up that one. And we get one more item. Should be down over here. There it is. And this one is a charge boost, which again, I'm not a big fan of, but oh well. And with that being said, that's pretty much all the time I have for today. Next time, we get to play with the Tetris puzzle. It's not really a Tetris puzzle, it's just a block puzzle, but kind of looks like Tetris. Makes me want to play Tetris. Anyway, that's all for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.